Hey guys and gals, today's video is going to be about a Steam Deck, how to troubleshoot it, and try and fix it. I got my hands on this one, so what we're going to do is first we're going to update the Steam Deck and update its software, make sure it's all working. Now, there are several ways to do a system troubleshoot, so I'm going to have that on screen here. You can pause if you want, but you want to see it being taken apart and everything. So, this Steam Deck, the left side, the whole left side just does not work. As you can see right here, it's just not working at all. So we're going to have to take this apart. So, disclaimer, this video is for informational and educational purposes only. The techniques and procedures shown are based on my personal experience and are provided as is with no guarantees of completeness, safety, or accuracy. Use at your own risk. Any action you take based on this video is strictly at your own risk. I am not liable for any proper damage, hardware failure, or personal injury incurred while following these instructions. Warranty warning. Opening your Steam Deck or performing certain software modifications may void your manufacturer's warranty. If your device is still under warranty, consider contacting Steam support before attempting a self-repair. Data safety. Always back up your data before attempting any troubleshooting or hardware repair. I am not responsible for any data loss. Copyright and trademarks. Steam Deck and its associated logos or trademarks of Valve Corporation. This video is not afflicted or endorsed by Valve. Any third-party copyrighted materials used in this video is for educational purposes under the Fair Use Doctrine, Section 107 of the United States Copyright Act. Now that we got that taken care of, so we're going to want a tiny screwdriver, Phillips, and we're going to want to get a brace for the Steam Deck to put under it so we don't damage the thumbsticks. So that's what I'm using right here. We're going to just undo all the screws on the back. There should be 8 of them, I believe. Depend on your Steam Deck, there might be more or less. We're going to want a credit card or a guitar pick or walk to. You're going to want to slide it out and around the whole Steam Deck, and it should slowly pop out. I'm kind of trying to show you. You might have to walk it a little bit because it does get build up gunk depending on how long you've had this Steam Deck and everything. So dirt does get in these cracks. So it will be kind of hard to get in, but once you start feeling it separate, it should be pretty easy. The also a screw might just be trying to stay in. So I'm gonna pop it right here and show you real quick that it should just pop out right. It's easy. Yep. Okay. See that called sliding nice and easy now. So what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna explain a little bit while I show you guys this on how to get the back off, is we're going to check the CL cable because the left side's not working. We're gonna need the CL cable. It's called ribbon cable. That's going to be the main focus of this video because a lot of times those cables get destroyed. Now there could be many things wrong with the Steam Deck, but it's most likely either the CL or the daughter board, left daughter board, which is the buttons board. So first thing you're going to want to do is unplug this black power cable after you've turned off your Steam Deck. That's the main thing you need to do. I also recommend wearing a earthing bracelet. Next, we're going to take a look at the CL cable right here. And so I undid that with a small flat tip screwdriver. Got to be very gentle, lift up the black lip, and it looks like there's corrosion underneath. And so we're going to clean it with a Q-tip and some rubbing alcohol. 91 or above is recommended. Do not soak the Q-tip. You just want it a little damp, and then you're going to rub it very softly on the pieces. Now, that does not look good, so we got to clean it. After that all dries, we're going to use white vinegar. And we're going to plug it in after all this and see if it works. That looks a lot better than before. Now, if it doesn't work, we're going to have to buy some more. So I'm going to make sure that this works or doesn't. It did not work, so we're going to do Tech HQ US. And I messaged him. He was very nice, so I'm giving him a shout out. This is the only place I could find it. So, yeah, I got my package in the mail, and I'm going to run you guys through on how to replace it. It's pretty easy. We're just going to take off the back and kind of go what we were doing before, but I will make a few more steps. So, here we go. So, we're going to take the back off, and we're going to replace the CL cable with our new one. So first things first, it might not just be the CL cable, but that CL cable was really bad. So I did buy a new one to replace it. I'm going to walk you through the steps on how to do that. So what we're going to want to make sure first is we're going to want to make sure the power is still unplugged, still turned off. We want to make sure there is absolutely no power going to this thing. And I'm already wearing a earthing bracelet or power, a grounding brace lit for static shock. So anyway, I'm going to put the rest of the screws in there. I always like the magnet balls because you never ever want to lose screws. So the thing that we're going to do is we're going to have to get under the motherboard, and I'm going to walk you through that. So first is we're going to make sure that the power is unplugged, and we're going to remove this metal sheet that is on it. So this metal sheet is the thing that's protecting the motherboard, which is good, but there's about, I would say, 7 screws total, if you are counting the fans. So there's 2 screws on bottom, 3 on top, and then the metal foil also has a screw, but you don't want to rip the metal foil off because you can pull it back, but I always recommend keeping that metal foil. So we're just going to unscrew all the screws that's connected to this metal bracket or sheet, and we're going to remove it. After that, we're going to undo the screws on the fans because there's 2 screws holding this fan down, and we're eventually gonna want to pull out the fan. So I just do it at this step. So we're gonna want to slowly peel this foil back to make sure that we can undo the sheet, because there's a screw under here that is a pain. So I always like keeping the foil on it. If you guys are like, oh, we can, replace that, go straight ahead. It's more up to you, but I recommend keeping the foil. Now we get all the screws out, this thing will just pop right out. Though you might have to make sure that it isn't under like a cable by the screw because it kind of gets caught, as you can see. So now we got our tweezers. We're going to make sure that this orange cable right there is not connected. So we undid that cable and we're making sure it's all done. I already got all the screws out on this piece on the motherboard right here, but we need to make sure that nothing is connected. So as you can see, this little orange cable on the left that I showed you earlier with tweezers is catching. So we want to move that. Now, as you can see, also there is a white and blue cable ribbon that is also connected to the motherboard, kind of like our CL, but it's not that cable. So I'm going to show you a different angle, going to pull that up, and then you guys can see right there, that is also connected. So we're going to want to undo this with our tweezers, or flat tip screwdriver works, but just want to slightly get that out. Okay, now that we have this out, we can kind of flip it over and make sure it's kind of out of the way. Now, I did make a mistake later in this video, but I did fix it. So I will tell you guys when we get there. So after we get this out and we have all these undone, so we make sure that the cables aren't connected. We'll peel this out and we will get it out from under the orange cable. Now, later in this video right here, I accidentally put it on top, the new replacement on top, but I went back and fixed that. I'll kind of show you a little later. But I went back and fixed it. I just did not film it. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to get this cable out very gently. And when it's under the orange cable, you guys will need to kind of wiggle it out, and be careful. The orange cable it's basically all glued down and stuff. So you got to be careful on doing that. I'm being very gentle on pulling it up, but it will take some force. So what I do right here is I am going to pull up this to hopefully get enough space to get this cable out from under the orange cable. So just got to gently do it. And be careful not to whip anything. And I mean, I guess you could technically, if you already have a replacement, you could cut this CL cable, the white one, not the orange one, obviously. And you could just cut that and then, put the other one underneath. But you still need to get the new CL cable under the orange one. So I recommend doing this strat instead. I got my very thin flat tip screwdriver and I'm trying to work it between the two cables because, again, they're glued together right now. So I would just very gently, you know, do this. Now, this right here does take me a long time, so I'm just gonna skip ahead because I've already shown you guys enough on how to do that. Oh, there we go. So I got the new cable. I'm putting it on. Now, I made a mistake while filming. Is we're going to put the new one under the launch cable, not oval. I did it when I filmed this. I put it oval, but we're gonna want to put it under. So, however you guys do that, I did not show me filming changing it the second time because I already had this all filmed up. So what you'll want is just get the CL in the spot that wasn't working and the C all in the white spot. So left and right, it's, pretty simple, but there's little like hooks almost when you push it in. So you will feel it slot in. So you want to make sure you get it in there and then just push it down, make it all sticky and everything. And then I will put back the motherboard. Again, have this under your orange cable. I'm sorry, the orange cable heats up. That's why you need to do it that way. So I'm making sure you guys know. Okay, so now we put the motherboard back in with the fans and everything, and we just slot everything back into the slots it needs to be and screw all the screws in, and then we'll be good as new. It'll fit. Well, I mean, it'll hopefully fix it because we don't know for sure if it will, because again, it could be the left dottle board, which is basically the button press. But the CL cable was also definitely ruined. So, and once we have everything back together, we put the power in, and I use a flat tip screwdriver with a rubber tip to put it back in, and it'll light up kind of when it's in there, but you want to make sure it's all the way in, so you got to push a little hard. So you will feel it like pop in. So anyway, we'll get all the screws on and make sure everything's all good. And what we want to do is we'll want to feel a snap when we get the back on. So with the back being on, you want to feel a snap and just make sure it all goes well. I go over it multiple times to make sure it snaps into place. Now we turn this on and here's the test. Okay, the white side's still working. And it looks like the left side is not. So it's the left dottle board. And since this is not my Steam Deck or my money, I am going to have to give it to the customer again and tell him to just go to Steam Deck support because the cheapest dottle board is $85. And that plus the warranties, plus the CL cables, he's actually making a better financial choice if he goes to Steam support for that specific customer. So I'm not going to, take advantage of him. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little different. It's kind of interesting to see how Steam Decks work and everything. I like in taking things apart, trying to fix them. It's sad that this wasn't fixed. I can fix it. It's just I don't want to, take advantage of the one guy. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and let me know if this helped. As always, many blessings.